LeBron James has continued to involve himself in situations that typically don't have anything to do with him. He's all about preaching for inclusion, diversity, representation. We want justice. We want this. We want that. You can't shut him up about things he knows nothing about. He cries when he gets involved in a discussion about basketball. That happened a few weeks ago. Yet he sits there and brings himself into a conversation that has nothing to do with him when Drew Brees is talking about standing for the national anthem. LeBron James is a terrible person. He is a horrible person, and he is pushing all of this nonsense, this anti-police narrative out there, and he will not take any responsibility. So when we had 2 police officers shot while sitting in a car, LeBron James was completely silent. He didn't want to speak on that. Suddenly, LeBron James is not all about justice. Suddenly, LeBron James doesn't care that non-white dudes and women are being shot because those people that are being shot are police officers, and LeBron James is very much anti-police officer, unless, of course, he needs security to guard him when he's going places, and then suddenly he has no problem with cops. LeBron James is a terrible person. Well, he was recently asked about the fact that the sheriff challenged him to help find the killer involved in the police shooting and speak up and put his money where his mouth is. And guess what LeBron James said? He had no comment whatsoever, because that's LeBron James for you. Now, to be fair, he was asked about it in another interview here, and he took the very generic, we don't want no violence. Wow, LeBron. No violence. Wow, LeBron, you're so stunning and brave. You have to be asked about this, yet other situations you want to involve yourself in because you are a social justice warrior.
In that shooting, LA County Sheriff Alex Villanueva challenged LeBron James to contribute to that reward fund. James commented on the shooting following last night's Lakers game.
Nonviolence is what it's all about, too. You know, we don't want anyone to be injured. We don't want anyone to be hurt. You know, my condolences goes out to the officers that were shot in Los Angeles. You know, and we want justice for that, as well as we want justice for Breonna Taylor and so on and so on. So, you know, we don't want no violence. You know, and we preach for the better of love and peace. And hopefully we can get that at some point.
LeBron didn't respond to the challenge from Sheriff Villanueva.
Of course LeBron didn't. Of course he didn't, because why would he? Now, he was asked directly about it, and this is where we have to get to with sports media. We have to get away from the beta males. We have to get away from the left-wing lunatics in sports media and actually hold these players accountable for the nonsense that comes out of their mouth. So he was asked about it. Now, it says here, following the horrific incident in Compton, Los Angeles, Sheriff Alex Villanueva publicly challenged social justice warrior LeBron James to match the reward money for information leading to the arrest in the case. The county put up $100,000 while private citizens have offered $75,000. LeBron has been dribbling and not commenting. Finally, he was asked about the challenge, but embarrassingly refused to comment. I have zero comment about the sheriff, LeBron responded. Well, no wiggle room there. It is no surprise to see LeBron running from the question. After all, he's quite busy these days having a foundation aggressively texting random Florida residents trying to reach convicted felons. LeBron is looking around to pay fines so felons can vote for Joe Biden in the upcoming presidential election. The urgent stuff first, right, LeBron? LeBron, who is worth $500 million, is an activist when he sees fit. His brand building methods include misleading millions of basketball fans on racial issues and silencing those who oppose the Chinese Communist Party. Oh, and wearing Colin Kaepernick gear in the locker room. Apparently sticking up for the lives of police doesn't lead to more shoe sales. Unlike LeBron, Outkick is kicking in $10,000 towards the cause. And yeah, again, LeBron James is a terrible person. The whole point is no one's asking you for your opinions on these situations. But then you want to interject yourself into all of this stuff that has nothing to do with you. You want to be an advocate for all of this stuff about justice, and you want to sit there and specifically get so mad about situations you know nothing about. Yet here we have video evidence of 2 police officers just being shot while sitting in a car, and you can't even take a hard stance against the killer. You can't take a hard stance against that situation at all. You want to take the generic route because you are a generic person. You're a garbage person, and you're only allowed to have the opinions that are pre-approved by Twitter and the social justice crowd that you're pandering to. It's clear that LeBron James is very bitter, that he campaigned very, very hard for Hillary Clinton in 2016 in the state of Ohio, a swing state. And guess what? Donald J. Trump won that state because Donald Trump is more popular in your home state than you are, LeBron. And I know that hurts your feelings. I know that makes you cry yourself to sleep at night. But at the end of the day, that's just a reality you're going to have to face. And you can try to pay off felons to swing the election if you want, but it will never change the fact that you campaigned really, really aggressively in Ohio, and you failed miserably. Donald Trump is more popular than you in your own state, and there's nothing you can do about it. I love that. At the end of the day, there's a lot more that we're going to be covering. The Breonna Taylor case, there's an announcement going on right now, and I'm sure that that's going to cause a big uproar. So much going on, but ultimately, LeBron James is a coward. He is a terrible, terrible person. He's a garbage person, and I hope he continues to be held accountable for the nonsense that he spews. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later.